Randy Schrum, um, uh, uh, Mike Mike Cotton, who's another tech guy. So that's 5, and then the other 8 people are just participants. Like there's 2 sets of couples, right? So that's 4 people right there, and then there's 4 singles. And we met
Wow.
at least 2 of the other people participating. I met 3 or 4, but we got to know 2 of the other guys participating. And I've already destroyed it because I signed an NDA not to talk about this, but I'm telling you. So if you want to report me, I'll understand. And I think Jane got to sign her first NDA in life, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was what we would have been telling you when we were in Vegas, was this whole thing.
Yes. That is amazing. I mean, you know what's so cool about that? So, like when I went to my very first event, so I was coming from, like I had just closed a $50,000 commission on a ranch.
What?
I bought Global Resorts Network because my plan, right? I was looking for how do I create freedom from my real estate business, which is what I started out this whole journey on, and what I'm now working on again. So I just closed $50,000 commission, and I bought Global Resorts, and Mark said, "Hey, come to this event in San Diego."
Wait, what's Global Resorts? Is it a network marketing company?
Yeah, yeah. So it actually wasn't a network marketing. It was like a pure affiliate. So
Wait.
it's like it was basically like Groupon, a group that of like a couple thousand people, where the timeshare companies feed what they know will be their surplus into this group, and with the group buying power. I mean, I was getting vacations. Like I lined up like these resorts that were like $300 a night, and I was getting the whole thing for like $700 a night, or like places that were $150 a night, and I was getting the whole thing for $300. So
Wait, what do you mean you were getting it?
like a week, I was getting a week at
Oh,
the
not a, okay.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
got it.
not a night, right? That'd be silly.
Oh,
Like
that
the whole
doesn't
week.
make financial sense.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like a timeshare week. So anyway, so I was like, you know what? But the commissions were really good on it because it was like 5,000 to buy it, and then the commission was like 2,500 or 3,000 or something like that. So I was like, whoa, I can totally sell this same way that I sell real estate. Like I know once I get people on the phone, like I can figure out what the problem is. I listen, meet their need, um, be creative, and mainly like understand what it is they want to accomplish. I know I can do this on the global resort side, and then my product, instead of it being me selling other people's houses, I'm selling travel and vacation, which people need to do anyway, like homeschoolers. Um, so Mark Hoverson, it's his product, if you know who he is. So
Yeah,
anyway, he's like
heard of that.
come to this event. So I'm like, okay, and I go, and it was I don't like you guys. So one of the cool things that Empower Network did was they broke off from this other existing model, and it sounds like your guys' company probably has broken off from it as well. But there are events that you go to, and every one of the speaker pitches their own product,
Oh,
and then at the
oh,
end,
other
it's a pitch fest, right? And then at the end, they have a call to action. You get it for a discount. You go to the back of the room, and like you buy it, right? So that's a still existing part of the internet marketing business, right? So like Mark and John Budd um, and what's his name? Can't remember. Anyway, and this is where, by the way, this is where the Unstoppable family came out of, right? So they were in that group. Like this was like Frank Kern. This is what he was doing. So it was like you buy it was you go to the event, but the event was like a pitch to buy a product.
Uh-huh.
So I was there, Jim Bunch, and I went to my resort, which was in Carlsbad, and I walked by, and this guy Jim Bunch, who like he got started with Tony Robbins, and he spoke at this event, and he was sitting in the hot tub. I was like, "What the heck?" So,
when you in the hot tub?
yeah. So I was like, "Hey, you know." So yeah, I was like, "Well, this is meant to be that I'm supposed to meet him, you know." And so I started talking like as a business professional with him, like not really like I just closed a $50,000 commission, right? So I started talking to him like less as an attendee of the event and more as like a fellow business professional, you know? So I was like, that was like, I was like, hey, I was at your event, you know, and here's my background, and I was just blown away like by the structure of this event, right? And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, like all the speakers are in the back, and then the person speaking up on stage, and like all these people are like totally taking notes they're taking all these notes of the sales presentation, but they're not taking notes on how to sell. They're like taking notes on the pitch. Like they're like literally writing down. It's like it's like the most like, you know, Dave Wood is like, he's like, haha, I'm hypnotizing you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
eyes, look into my eyes.
yeah, it's like pitch, and then the people are like writing it down, you know, and then they like get up and go and they buy it, and he's like, so do you get how it works? And I was like I think so, but like enlighten me. It's like, well, he's like, just look at it this way. It's like all the money is made on the edges of the room. So you got the guy on stage, you got the cameras, you got the back of the room, and the money filters out from the middle of the room, and there's a formula to it. So you get connected with the people who are on stage. You get on stage, and same with video and in any way that you can get connected, and then you have credibility. And then you develop your style, your pitch, your communication, your closes. And I was like, okay, cool. Like this is how it works. So in the process, like what we do is we help people to rise up, right? I mean, we help people to. You got to be a different person to lead like in Hangouts and lead groups and keep people encouraged, keep people persuaded, keep people with vision, right? I mean, you literally, so we're like, just in this process, this business, we're elevating people. But there's a formula, and you guys, I mean, you're like completely on track to be making 6 and 7 figures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, we keep
stumbling. But it's like, so somewhere, the reason I share that story is somewhere in the process, you come up like all these guys. It's like there's a tech aspect for pretty much every single one of them. And you guys have, and there's something unique. Like what's their unique offer? And you guys, I mean, like with passion, profit, meaning, with what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
It is like, I mean, there's nothing like it. You know what I mean? Like if you, oh my gosh, it's just so compelling. So if you apply the same formula, which you are, to what you're doing, it's like so massive, and so just hasn't been done. You know what I mean? Like, like someone's gonna be like someone's like the top, they're the top marketing strategist for Facebook. Like, awesome. It's like, well, I'm gonna be the top marketing strategist for Instagram. And it's like, oh, cool. Okay, well, at least that's a new niche, but it's still kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But like, just like, I'm gonna be the one who shows people a path and a way to travel and serve. How the heck has that, like, it's been touched on, but it like hasn't been done. You know what I mean? Like, what a cool thing to be branded with.
Mm-hmm.
For life. Like, yeah, we're the ones who've made it, because you make it happen for 2 people, then you make it happen for 10, 5 people, and it's just like, boom. People are like, okay, because you look at like, so like the Unstoppable family has kind of tapped into this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're like lifestyle freedom. You know what I mean? Like, when you don't necessarily think of the Unstoppable family as like Facebook marketers, or which is, that's Jabril. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah.
So Jabril and the Unstoppable family were at that very first event that I went to, and I went to lunch with Brian and Jabril, and I was like, and he the same was like just laying it on me, like, this is how it works, And there's like, so there's party, and like, so Mark was at the event, and then he told me, he's like, he's like, these events for people, he's like, they're kind of like, he's like, people spend like a couple $1,000s to go to the Super Bowl, and he's like, it's like that. He's like, that's why we throw the after party. He's like, it's so people can go on a vacation, and he's like, it doesn't matter like if they make money, you know what I mean? And I was like, okay, but I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was like, I want it to work a different way, and so it's always like, always torn between like
the hype and the hard sell. And
well, yeah, and it's like the attitude of like, most of these people aren't really going to actually make money,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Like, they're here on vacation, So it's like, that's what he said. He's like,
basically, people are just basically serial event goers. They actually don't act.
That's their event every 3 months. Yeah.
That's what they do. Like, I mean.
But this event was a lot different. This event was like, okay, the opening night, Thursday night, they had a motivational speaker named Steve Donahue, and he was very entertaining, and he wrote a book, and he pitched his book, and they sold the book and all that, but that wasn't really that important. But every other speaker was up there literally teaching. Like, you had your notebooks out. They were teaching Facebook marketing. They were teaching video marketing. They were teaching copywriting.
Babe, he got to talk to the author, too, because he actually lived in Korea for a long time.
The author lived in Korea for a bit.
And he's been traveling, and he
did a documentary about how his book hit it big in Korea. Like, in Korea, they say like the average bestseller only sells like 20,000 copies or whatever, but his book went into 5 reprintings and sold like 500,000. And so they made a documentary about how Korea helped him, not how he helped Korea. So we talked for a bit, and he gave me his card, and I told him about Profit Passion Meaning, and he was like, wow, I've never heard anything like that. Let's stay in touch.
Yeah.
But
so it's just those connections.
But beyond that, everybody was teaching something.
Yeah.
There wasn't
adding value. It was just complete value driven.
Tony Rush wrote he was up there on stage writing emails live. These guys were totally, you know, I even got on stage. There was a sales director, what do you call it? A Q&A, sales director Q&A, where people had to record a video and submit it. We didn't get a lot of videos submitted that were okay for us. They were more like technical for the video marketing people. So I had to pick. I was assigned to choose all the videos, and I told like all the leaders, I was like, you guys have to record something, even if it's silly. So there were like 4 silly videos, one from Tony Rush, one from Christian and Bobby, one from me, and one from
just to show people what not to do.
Yeah, there was
How
one
not
like
to make a video. You know?
Christian and Bobby, you know, millionaire video marketers. They shot a vertical video where they're both like
they're like this. They're like, okay, so why never to shoot a vertical video? So they're like, well, what do you think? It's so funny.
Mine was I had a towel on my head like I was drying my hair. I asked this long, drawn-out question that wasn't really a question.
Well, let me go back to the story.
Wait,
let me go back a bit, you know. And
okay, so I had this number.
It was so funny. And that's good, too, just the injection of humor, and it was brilliant.
So there were 8 of us on stage, and we passed the microphone around and answered questions. It was cool.
It was very...
That is awesome.
And selling nothing except a mastermind.
And the funny thing was, when all of us, the 10 of us were, whatever, 8 of us were on stage, Randy Shrum, he was up there because he went overtime in his presentation earlier or the day before. And so there were so many people saying, why didn't you get onto Google Plus? We want to hear about the Google Plus marketing, please, 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 please. So we came out and we got our chairs and we sat there, and Randy did 15 minutes or 20 minutes while we waited to have our thing. So they just, like, they put everyone else first, and they put that first because what he was delivering was...
People were just so hungry, and they don't want fluff. They don't want hype, and they don't want...
But they wanted free T-shirts, for God's sake.
But the motivational speaker on Thursday night was really just to be an intro and to open it up and to get people motivated.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to have a bit of foreplay before you go right in. Go for it, right?
You just slam it in there.
Set the mood.
Yeah, you got to set the mood. And there was actually one fellow that came out into the lobby and was complaining.
What a dick. He was just like,
complaining about, well, this
I didn't pay for this.
You know, because he...
Go home.
You're like, you're the guy that needs it the most, man. Your cup.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're the one who needs it. Get back in there and listen.
Yeah, so it was just a very different event like that. There was no upselling anything. It was just pure content.
But you know, what's been coolest for us is, I'll admit it, I haven't really been producing a whole lot, but yet I've still been invited in to this inner circle.
Yeah.
And you know, John Lavinia knows how much commission I'm throwing up his way, and it's not much these days. So he invited me into the HBL leadership, and then I said, this is what I can do. I can do interviews of leaders. And he said, great, I'll make you a contributor. Put me in there. I said, I can also edit stuff and whatever. So they added me into the HBL contributors and leaders, and you know, the group keeps getting smaller, like what he keeps adding me to. And then he talked to me about the event, and I said, dude, I don't have the money. I can't go. I can't make it. He goes, no, you have to be there. You have to be there.
Yeah.
And plane ticket, hotel room, comped.
Yeah. Ticket for me.
And Jane's
not a plane ticket, but
Jane's hotel room.
Hotel room
and Jane's Jane's pass.
Like amazing.
So
So we worked our butts off though, and it was great. We felt like it was a very symbiotic, you know, like yes.
It was really worthwhile. And
I think you guys I think you'll look back one day and you'll be like, that and this. You'll tell this story and you'll be like, and that is how the universe taught us and prepared us to know how to throw events.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
and to serve,
Yeah.
The value of serving.
I take it all the way
amazing.
back to Charlotte. Just giving Tony Rush my car keys, like, set everything in motion. Everything. He wouldn't know me. John Lavinia wouldn't. I wouldn't know. I probably wouldn't even know John Lavinia. If I got into Doobly, it would have been through somebody else, and the idea of me starting my own team would never have crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Because I would have still been in the mindset of, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I can't do this, So just meeting John and Tony and saying, what can I do for you?
And just as a side note, one of the volunteers who's been working or on the team with John and Tony, she's known John and Tony.
Michelle Gruner, does that name ring a bell?
She was in the well. And anyway, so she's been in business with them for about 10 years. And she said, wow, they have completely done a 180 in terms of how they
treat people.
How they treat people. It's like, we're family. She goes, before it was like, oh, you're not all in? I'm not talking, like, kind of like,
Yeah.
If you're not in.
Even with Ian, Liberty League, and
it was like, oh, well, there was definitely that energy of like, this door is closed for you until you produce or step up and purchase everything.
And this lady is, like Jane said, a serial event goer and an event misser. She said, oh yeah, there's plenty of times when I bought tickets, like $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 event tickets, and just didn't go. Couldn't go.
Yeah.
I didn't know there were such people.
I've done
right, Jane did
I've done that with
Peak
Potentials, like Quantum. I'm in their Quantum Leap program.
The T. Harv Eker thing.
Yeah, it's a 2-year. I think I spent $15,000.
Her last event ticket just expired recently.
Well, I've got a few. You get 2 years to complete all the courses that you sign up for, but you got to get there, and you got to pay for the hotel, and you got to, so.
Yeah.
Right now, I just don't have that money.
So so it all starts with them, and then.
But I love that how they changed. So they've actually, their whole, we're in this together. We're a team, and there's no division. There's no separation, and I love it. And I really feel that, like, especially with John and you. And I mean, you're so welcomed into the group. I mean.
Yeah. I know. Wow. It's like you become the product. Your income, right, matches the 5 people that you hang out with.
And and their whole point was like we are no different from you, and I love that because it makes everybody on a same playing field, and they really hit that home. Yeah. They want everybody to know that they are not special. Anybody can do this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
it's amazing the people where you're like, when you see someone rise up and it's like something's. It's funny because you're like, you see something different about them. And then all of a sudden, things just start popping, and then and that inevitably always happens. They get around the right people, get connected, start getting validation.
Yeah. So this new mastermind, this video marketing thing. I mean, the access that we have to these people, and some of the people in the group have good experience with it. So we just put any question we want into this Skype chat. And Bobby jumps right on it, or whoever, or some of the other members. And we have
a once a week call that Bobby gets on with us. And yesterday was a call that blew our minds.
Yeah, so we had a call with him yesterday, and just he's really low key, kind of shy, but he was great on stage. He just got up there and didn't really give a shit that there were 600 people looking at him. He just talked and taught and did his thing. Mm. So on the call yesterday, we asked him a few questions, and thank God we did. Oh my God.
Yeah, we've been kind of.
There was this one thing that Christian taught. They're doing a 6-week program, right, where they go over the modules in the training modules, and the other Wednesday they had their training, Hangout, and then Thursday was our one-on-one with Bobby, or two-on-one with Bobby, and Christian was saying like, yeah, you just get the keywords, and in the first 9 seconds of the video, say the keyword. Like you're probably watching this video because you did a search for how to surf big waves or what, and then your thing. And he says, so you have like 50 different keywords, so you got to make 50 different videos because of that intro. So that's what we did. I went out and I made 14 videos with 2 different basic subjects, but 7 keywords for each subject. And our internet is a little bit slow here for uploading. So I managed to get 3 uploaded in a day. So it's like
running the whole time.
Yes, so it's like, what the hell, This is not going to happen. I'm not going to be able to do. We wanted to do 10 or 20 a day between the 2 of us over the course of 90 days and have like a sick amount, like 1,500 videos up in 90 days. We're ranking for everything. And I asked Bobby, and I was like, we're going to go and upgrade our internet today. After we talk, we're going to go into town and get them to double our speed. And I said, this is crazy, Bobby. And he goes, oh, no, don't upload don't do that. Just do 1 video and upload it 1 time to YouTube and then use the YouTube link to put it in My Inspired Media, which is their video hosting and video ranking site that has a very high authority. They have a very high authority site that's the backbone of it, called Gazpo.com.
It ranks on Google, not on YouTube.
So it'll rank on Google, of course. Your first video can rank on YouTube the way Bobby's saying it. And he's like Christian's still in the mindset of having to put everything on YouTube. You don't have to do that. Save yourself a lot of time. So let's say I went out and shot those 7 videos, but they would be 7 different topics. And I could do 10 or 20 specific keywords each, put it on My Inspired Media, and rank by shooting 7 videos. I could rank 70, 140, 700 keywords.
Yeah, you just changed the description by about 80%.
Awesome.
So just getting that information yesterday has given me like a new confidence in this.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we're not allowed to tell anyone else this stuff. So everyone else is out shooting like 1 video per keyword. Bobby's like, it's not that important. The keyword, not a big deal. Use the various keywords throughout your video so people know they're watching the right thing. But in general, not such a big deal. And so we just saved ourselves a lot of time, energy, everything.
Yeah, by being in the know. Yeah.
So having Bobby answer this question, oh my God, it just.
And everyone else is learning it as well, but a little bit slower. They're getting the information, but it's coming to them slower.
And they've got a new ranking, a new syndication software or syndication, I guess, software/website coming out, and we're going to get to use it. We're going to be the beta testers. So syndication is, one of the keys to ranking. You know that,
right? Yeah.
So, holy crap, man! So we'll let you in on this too if you want to keep do video marketing for your real estate. Holy.
Yeah. And the plan is like we're doing Teespring as well, doing some T-shirts.
Yeah,
and
cool.
We've involved one of Tracey's friends in Malaysia, Singapore.
He's in Canada. Dan?
Dan is in Canada.
He's in Toronto. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was still in Asia.
We used to work together in Korea. He was the designer of the magazine I was the editor of.
Okay. Cool.
Perhaps
good.
We'll go 50-50 with him, but the idea of doing the storytelling with Profit, Passion, Meaning here for people that are, so we can use those stories and
use Teespring as a fundraising.
Teespring as a fundraiser and start making T for, and just I think that'll be a great fundraising.
So we got some learning to do
Avenue.
with Teespring,
Yeah.
but our first we did a campaign, and it was a last minute thing for
Pi Day.
Pi Day. You know Pi Day?
Huh.
March 15th, 3.1415.
Oh yeah. Yep, that's right. Yeah.
So this year Pi Day goes even further because it's 2015, so it's 3.1415.
92653.
So
Yeah.
9:26 a.m. and 53
PM,
seconds or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a Pi Day that goes a lot further. So Pi Day of the century, they're calling it. So we jumped on that, did a design, gave it a three-day time period because the shipping doesn't. We don't want people to get their shirts late.
Yeah.
And we didn't hit our goal, but once I boosted Facebook advertising a little bit more, we sold a few more shirts pretty quickly. So I kind of know like what we have to do to make them work in the long run.
Yeah, man. If you're getting like a few sales, that's awesome because that's how you start.
We sold 5, and our goal was first it was 100, and then we lowered the goal to 50. And Teespring usually, if you don't hit your goal, they just go like, no, we're not doing it. We're not printing your shirts.
Yeah.
But for some reason, we got 5 out of 50, and they said successful campaign, and they paid us already. We only got $25 from it, but it's like, I mean,
Awesome.
It lights something in my head that I know that we can keep doing. Ed Elliott, you know Ed Elliott?
Huh.
What's his wife's name?
Ed and Julie and Abby.
Oh yeah.
Dancer. Yeah, their daughter dancers.
Last May, Ed Elliott sold a bunch of these tacky barbecuing T-shirts that say like "Put my meat in your mouth" and like really stuff like that. He made $30,000 last May. Rutro, are you there?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah. Your face is gone though.
There you go. Wait, they made 30,000?
30,000 selling these really awful shirts, and he showed me the designs. I was like, dude, I would never ever wear that shirt. That is so redneck, just so like awful.
I have another friend who's killing it in the T-shirts, but he's a ex-Navy guy, so his whole pitch is towards
Military.
Navy wives, Navy, and so because you got to get somebody that's really passionate about something, like nurses.
Yeah, like that shirt is made for me because it is.
Yeah, Navy, Army, something religious perhaps.
So our next campaign.
Oh yeah.
And I got to get Dan. Dan's got to do this, or I'm going to have to hire somebody on Fiverr, and I don't want to do that and leave Dan out. Is March Madness, NCAA tournament. Do you follow basketball at all? College basketball?
No, but I know the NCAA tournament.
Yeah. So what I want to do is, there's 68 teams involved. I want to pick eight favorites or 8 big teams, and have Dan do these. Picture of the bracket, the 64 bracket as it goes in. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like turning. Yeah.
Right, and just have the name of like like Kentucky, all the way to the center, big Kentucky, and then all the other slots will say like, who cares, doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Just all the way across to the middle, and then I got to figure out what the main thing would say, maybe like March Madness 2015 or Nike uses one so. Bracketology.
I told you so.
Yeah, bracketology is what Nike uses. I don't know, but I want to do 8 of those shirts for 8 different schools. Won't get in trouble because we'll just use either the main name or the mascot.
Oh, okay.
Like Wildcats or just Kentucky, whatever.
Yeah.
And target market those on Facebook, but we got to start like now, and I need him on it. He didn't reply to my message yesterday. But say 8 designs. Imagine 4 of them broke even or lost us a little bit of money.
Yeah.
The other 4 would probably do well, and there would probably be one shirt that just crushed it.
Yeah.
Probably Kentucky, because Kentucky's the favorite. So this could be our $30,000 month.
Yeah, you test one of test Kentucky. See, and if you get some sales, just those are the best when you can just tweak one thing.
Yeah. It costs nothing. It costs nothing to do it except for the advertising.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So say we did $5 per shirt per day, right? And in the first day, first 24, 36 hours, you kind of know what's up. You see something happening. And so maybe we'd see like Kentucky, like, oh crap, we sold 15 shirts in the first day. We'd boost the advertising on that one, see what happened with the other ones, and cancel campaigns if we have to. You can cancel them. There's no fee. There's no penalty. And then everything that you know the winners do make up for the little bit of advertising we spent. So I tried this last August a couple of times, but I didn't have anyone to design it, so I just did my own designs, and they were eh. But I was going after like the motivational shirts, like "Be the change you wish to see in the world."
Yeah.
Sold nothing. Didn't do it. Didn't, you know.
Yeah. Once you start getting more and more specific.
Yeah.
But yeah, this tournament is huge, and then we start this and get this tournament, this one going. There's no reason why we shouldn't just look for the next thing and start another shirt while we're doing the NCAA tournament. Because if the money is starting to flow in, then we've got to just keep reinvesting in ourselves, you know, and just keep putting more out there. And Dan, my friend Dan, is totally, he's ready. He joined Doobly for 3 days. He got out. He was like, I don't feel right about this. I got to get out of this. And then he got his money back. But we're still friends.
Yeah.
Cool. You know, so
he respects you. Yeah.
When I told him about this, but he's got kind of a ball buster wife. She's like the real business-minded one. She controls all the money, and all Korean wives control the money. And so he's got to kind of work around her a little bit. But I figure if he does his first campaign like under the radar, and then says, "Look, honey," you know, and so shows her the, or actually she's even
like I spent nothing, I made money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
I wonder if there's for Pi Day. I wonder if there's I wonder if there's like the homeschool audience is like so like you're talking about, Jane, like whether it's like religion or like sports or like hunters, like someone who's just like super dedicated.
Yeah.
There's something like in the like homeschool and Pi Day.
Yeah.
Homeschooling. You think is homeschooling? Are people really passionate about that? I guess
like ridiculous. Yeah. Like on a religious level. Totally.
Stuff like that too.
Homeschooling. Yeah, I mean that's a good market to target because it's pretty. If they're that passionate about it, you can find them on Facebook to target real easily. Mm-hmm. Whereas some other things are.
Yeah, I made so much money off marketing to traveling homeschool on Facebook.
Okay.
That's a ton of my signups.
Yeah, we might have to borrow a local child to pretend to be ours, and then do a lot of videos for traveling homeschool, adoptive homeschool, adoption, travel. What do you think?
You've got, there's, you're surrounded with you got amazing children around you.
Just give me a sweet little brown baby, and I'll make $1 million.
So.
I'm awful. I'm a bad man.
Okay, so what's up for you?
Yeah, talk to it. I'm gonna get some honey while I listen.
Cool. Yeah. So real estate is going. I mean, it's like I'm right back where I was, where it's like, oh my gosh, there's like now I've got more business than I've got time in the day.
Awesome.
Wow.
And but what I'm doing is So I just in reading The One Thing, right? What's the one thing that by doing you make everything else unnecessary and easier? Easier
Yes.
or unnecessary, right? What's the one thing when you do that one thing, everything else is easier or unnecessary? And I'm like, it is dialing in, like real estate's my income. Like I'm loving the game, I'm loving the success that people are having. Real estate is my income, right? So I need to totally dial in and automate my real estate business, which is what I've known for forever, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I've been focusing on. So I got I've got a site right now with a developer, and I've got it's being customized right now, so that I think you're gonna like it. It's not done yet though, so that's what I'm working on for this week, so that I can be the lead. I'm taking everything that I've learned, and so that I can be the lead generator. And so the way the site is set up, it's just all the testimonials, because I've got a bunch of videos. It's just all the testimonials, and it's what we were talking about when I was telling you the secret, basically the unlisted properties.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm rolling forward with that. I'll have the site, at least like a rough of the site, up this week.
Okay, cool.
And then, so this is really interesting. One of the guys that I contacted on Odesk,
That's like
a programmer, like the guy that I was the most excited about. And by the way, you guys, being in a circle of developers, so valuable. Like you are, of being in with the nerds and the tech guys.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, so valuable. So this guy contacted me and he said, "Hey, I can't stop thinking about this game that you're doing." And he said, and this guy was one of the first programmers for MySpace.
What?
Yeah. And he's just on Odesk, and I tried to get him 2 months, like he was like, I saw him, I was like, "Hey, I really like what you're doing, and I love all your projects, love everything in your portfolio." And he's like, "Dude, he's like, I've got an Odesk account, but I'm just booked out. Like I've got all the business I need." So then I hit him up again, and he's like, "Dude, I'm all booked up." And then a month later, I sent him a video, and I was like, here's what I'm doing, and I just gave him like some pieces, you know what I mean? And then he's like, "Hey, can you Skype?" And he said as a developer, we take on all these projects, we do work for people, but he's like, but we're all looking for an idea that's going to go big. And he said, "This is big. This is genius." And I was like, "Wow." I was like, "Okay, cool."
You know that. You know that it is, but it's always great to hear it from someone else.
I know. So he's like, "Okay." So then we got on, and he's like, I need to get to work and just line up what this really will take to really develop it out. So like that, that was cool. So it's like, but I just have so much going on right now.
Yeah.
And this needs to roll forward. So but reading The One Thing is making me just pare down, but I still, like, for me, I'm like, okay, I love, like, if I could spend all day with my kids just teaching them and helping them develop out the things that they love, like that would like fulfill me so much. So I'm like, I want to spend time there, and then I've got my real estate business, and then I've got automating my real estate business, and then I've got the game too. So it's like, I mean, this is the book for me, is to just really hone in my focus on what's most important.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds brilliant. Yeah. I know I feel kind of like all over the place as well too, because there's the artwork, there's Teespring, there's video making, and then deciding inside the video making, you've got to search keywords, right? Long tail keywords about, well, because it's kind of like EN in a way. They're with their mind-inspired media video platform, their video hosting. He's all they're doing is encouraging people to talk about what they love, what's easy for them to talk about. There's absolutely so really like EN, and because that's what I had trouble with before in EN. I didn't know how to brand myself, but I don't have to worry about it. But I do have to choose a keyword. Like, okay, what would be easy for me to talk about? And so I get overwhelmed quite easily. So.
So I give her lots of liquor. And then, no.
Well, yeah, so
I should.
The one thing, I mean,
yeah,
it's to stay focused when there's so much going on around you is.
Yeah, and I did.
It's hard.
And this actually, she should probably watch the videos I made. I made 7 videos about productivity, and it was I narrowed it down to 3 tips because I was going to do like do these 5 things every day, and you'll increase your productivity and get more done in less time. But every time I did that, the video was like 6, 7, 8 minutes long. So I cut it down to 3, and the 3 things are: don't check your Facebook or social media or email any sooner than 30 minutes before lunchtime, or you're going to screw up your whole day. And the second one is approach your work using what I call the one thing method. And then I describe the question that you have to ask yourself. What one thing can I do that will push me? What one thing can I do with my goal in mind will make everything else easier or unnecessary?
And then what's number 3?
And number 3 was schedule your interruptions. If you work in an office, schedule your interruptions. Somebody comes along and says, "Hey, Ashley, can you help me with this?" I can't. I'm really busy. But at 3 o'clock, go get some coffee. I'll be available at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, I get it. I get
awesome.
Where you're
at. The 3.
And I need to.
How are you liking Belize, Jane?
I love it. I really love that we are together.
Yes, we're so happy.
Yeah, and
she doesn't have frostbite.
Yeah, and
that is a good thing.
We're slowly getting things organized. Our space is really tiny. It's like this little hut, but we're friends with the real estate agent here. He's American from Colorado, and
he showed us a few properties the other day. Oh my God.
And they're only, this is $450 American a month, and the ones that he showed us are only $850 American a month. One of them has a pool and has a dock on the canal.
On the canal.
And it's like, oh my God.
That's a motivator, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then the other one.
All you got to do is like another $400. It's nothing.
I know.
And the other one has a vaulted ceiling. It's a Spanish style.
Beautiful treed yard, so it's cool. There's places for hammocks and a hammock chair.
And there's a building in front.
And it's quiet.
A building in front, and then on the other side of that building is the Caribbean.
So if we wanted to get up and go for walks in the morning, all we have to do is just walk out and go down a little path, and you're hitting the beach, which is...
You're right at the sea.
You can do you
can see the sunrise
every
day. No
dust. You're tucked away. There's not a huge wind, because I don't really like wind coming off the ocean. It's too loud, and there's too much wind. You can't even make a good video.
Like where we are, there's our road. We have 2 dirt roads, and it's just dusty.
Yeah.
And then we've got the catty corner to our house. There's an empty lot, where they fill it with backfill for the roads.
Mm-hmm.
So all morning there were trucks coming, getting filled up with dirt, and then going around the island and dumping it on the dirt roads in the holes and everything.
Yeah.
So that's our life right now. So I told Rick, I said, look, based on the money that we gave you, first and last month's rent and everything, how much more do we need to give you to move into one of these houses?
But even like, so with expenses and everything, it'd be $1,000 a month. You know, 500 for each of us. Come on, we've got to get this going.
Really?
You know. So it is definitely motivation.
Jane's leaning more towards the house on the beach.
Without the pool.
But I'm leaning towards the swimming pool and the dock. You can sit on the back of the dock and fish and catch snapper, for God's sake.
The one by the beach is our own house. The other one, we'd be living on the bottom of a 2-story, so...
But the girl upstairs is... a
blogger.
She's a blogger named Taco Girl. If you look up Taco Girl...
Oh, yeah, I know who that is.
You've heard of her?
Yeah.
So she would be our upstairs neighbor. But the swimming pool, and it's gated.
There's not much.
Yes, if you search San Pedro, she comes up.
Yeah. So I didn't want to live with anyone else. I really like to have my own space.
She's getting older. Jane's getting older, and she's getting set in her ways.
But the pool is nice. I mean, the yard isn't as nice. The pool is nice. We'll see.
The yard over there is nice. It's shaded.
It's
got awesome, like cool-ass tropical trees and plants.
Oh.
There's a hammock out there. There's a big,
foyer, like a big covered...
front porch area that's covered with tile.
With arches, like kind of Spanish style. It's all Spanish style.
And their kitchen is probably about 1/3 the size of this house.
Yeah.
And it's got like a bar.
And for just double the price of what we're paying now, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous if we don't jump on it and just say like,
we're doing this.
Yeah, we can do this. Because if I had an opportunity before we moved here to get one of those houses, I would have gotten one of those houses. Yeah. And the concern over that money wouldn't really exist. And if we were looking at a $1,500 house, then we'd be in the same position we're in now, going $850. It's really not.
It's not about the money.
Yeah, it's right here. It's what's going on up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so you just got to convince the landlord to just give it to us, just sign us up, just put us in that house, because he says like if he can't fill our house for the same time that we're going to move, that we'll incur penalties, And I don't want to pay for rent over there and here.
But if the other one's vacant, then it's a move up for him,
It's not vacant yet. And he says the people that are there are kind of hoarders, so I'm scared.
Crazy to move to San Pedro and then be a hoarder, right?
I know. Crazy.
That's cool though. That did you meet the girl, Taco Girl?
No, she wasn't there.
So like that's a perfect example. Like if you were like, hey, I got this business, I'm like promoting this business, like how do we connect it with your blog kind of deal? She's gonna be like, But if you were like, hey, we're doing profit passion, meaning this is our model, this is what we're doing, this is what works. Especially if you were doing something in connection with San Mateo.
Yeah, something that would contribute to the community, definitely. She'd be all over that.
So we should make friends with her so we can at least use the swimming pool.
Yeah, there you go.
And connect with profit passion, meaning, etc. blogging.
You're like, we're friends with Burrito Girl. They're like, no, you're not.
We got to meet Bonbo. Bonbo is one of the guy on the beach that carves the wooden stuff. One that I talked to for a long time, and I think he's the one I the first video about.
Yeah.
He came over and we were at the restaurant, and he like poked his head through and held out some packs of cigarettes, and I was like, nah, thanks. Hey, how's it going? And then he saw Jane, and he recognized her just from seeing her on Skype 4 weeks ago. Pretty amazing.
Great people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really great.
Yeah, we've met some good people.
He Skyped with you, Jane, is that right? Or
I Skyped with Jane, and he was at the restaurant trying to sell something.
Oh, you saw her on the screen.
And he just came up behind me and started talking.
And I said hi.
We said hi. And
yeah. So really nice.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm not
we're gonna.
surprised. He's like, he saw you. You probably you probably made it. He's probably like secretly watching you on Skype. It's like, dang, who's that hot American girl? And then he's like, there she is in person.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's building a house. He's trying to build his house, right?
Just north of the bridge. That might be San Mateo, just north of the bridge.
Yeah, it could be.
The property that they just passed out, like gave everybody a chunk of,
Yeah.
hey, swampland,
Mm-hmm.
enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're gonna improve it. Yeah. That's it. The hard working people.
Crocodiles are free.
Have you seen some of the videos about San Mateo?
I keep forgetting to look it up. I honestly haven't checked yet.
Dude, you will get so, when you make videos over there, you will get so much engagement from people, and they will love you. They will be throwing money at you.
Yeah.
Literally. Because it's so, just watch some videos and you'll be like, oh my gosh, like, I see exactly what he's saying. Because it's like, it's like, here's a need, like, here are the solutions, like, here are the kids, here's what the kids are doing, like, here's, like, the money goes, it's not just like, oh, here's some food, it's like, here, okay, like, this makes a difference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally.
It's like teaching them how to fish too, that kind of approach.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and when Jane, and I don't even know why I didn't think about this, when Jane mentioned, why don't we use the Teespring thing for people on the island, I was like, holy crap.
Heck yeah.
How hard would it be to sell 100 or 200 T-shirts for something good and put it in a campaign that's the longest campaign they'll let you run, 21 days or whatever it is. And in those 21 days, just get some traction. Shoot videos that we know how to do the video marketing. Shoot videos.
And there's probably like, you could find a local artist and be like, here's what we're doing, and we want to we want to pay you from this campaign, and just boom, 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 ton of that money out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe there's a kid who's a good, telling the story of the person. It's like, hey, and then it's like, wow, that is a cool shirt. I like that shirt. It's going to a worthy cause. Like, it's done.
In Cambodia, they had the kids selling they had kids selling artwork cut on little like boards. It was like little boards, little thin boards, and they painted stuff, and they all painted the same thing, like a picture of Bob Marley with the guitar, and it was all very cute because it was all very kid-like.
But non-Cambodian, right? Not really traditional.
Not really traditional, but they were trying to make money, and they were trying to do whatever they could. So you could, something like that, you could actually screen print onto a T-shirt too.
Well, and I just got an idea, like a brilliant idea that would. So this idea for these videos, for the videos of like different people's stories. Shoot 5, 10, and then connect the T-shirt to each video, and then make those videos, get them viral, or just push them and rank them on YouTube, and then with My Inspired Media, rank the hell out of them, and syndicate them, and put them all over Facebook. You've got 5 or 10 separate stories coming out of Profit, Passion, Meaning.
Yep.
And just kill it. And you know what?
That's a good natural way to grow it, dude. And you'll fire your team up. You're like, they will get involved.
Yeah.
If you're like,
damn it.
Because then it's like, you'll do your own little event out there with your team, and that be like, hey, come out. Yeah, they're just like, that's all you got to do is just that little bit of like, here's here's my purpose. You know, here's where I'm giving back, and people are just so fast to respond.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah.
And then
Oh
if
yeah.
if you can do like videos, like did you listen to All of Bold?
I no.
The beginning, even the beginning. I mean, like, so he's talking. There's an amazing section in there where he's talking about super credibility, and it's a lot of what you're talking about. How Tony and John are like, hey, you know what? You're with us. You're in. But even just like the way that if you can just shoot videos like down from angles that just like that's when that one video I sent you guys, like that was like that was the moment we set ourselves apart from other people just making videos. Was just I just grabbed that was the same trip where we went for Global Resorts Network.
Oh yeah.
And it was almost all iPhone. Did you see that one with my kids running around in Disneyland and?
Oh yeah. Right.
Like
Lincoln,
that.
I don't know if Jane saw it or remembers it.
Yeah, it's like that moment is off iPhone and just like, you know, I was like messing around a little bit. Like I'd get in, like get down low or come up high and like got some creative shots, and I grabbed like this was like huge insight to me because I took like hours of video. Like I like made, so I would go in with my tripod because I had really good real estate equipment for photography. I'd go in and take shots of like the rooms that I was staying in, right? Because I was staying in these nice rooms for marketing for Global Resorts, right? And I was like, and afterwards, like when we came back from this trip, it was like almost a month, and I was like, all of that video, so boring and sterile. And the one with like my kids sitting on the couch or my kids like, you know, running through the shot were like all the ones that were interesting. And it was like, you know, because all I need was just 2-second shots. I've got 50,000 views, 45,000 views on that video.
Man.
So it's like, people are like, who is this? You know, it's like trying to market to strangers. Like, who is this? Like, oh, like, I like these people. You know what I mean? It's like, you got it, like, the credibility and the trust. Like, I didn't realize, like, oh, wait, like, if I step back from, like, trying to convince and show, like, here, I'm going to inspire you, you know, it was like, which I kept doing. It was like, the trust, the credibility aspect has to be in there. And you guys are like, you just have so much credibility right now where you're sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
the way
like,
things have just been handed to us lately, free. And can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. And a lot of times when something is free, you don't really value it. And I don't think that's really happening so much for us, but it's happening a little bit. It's because we haven't worked as hard as we should. If we had paid Bobby $2,000 or $5,000 to be in this mastermind, we would probably be completely obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, like I said last night, we're recommitting. It's a 90-day push, and basically we started
March 1st or February 28th.
Yeah, March 1st.
So we'd like to have a recommitment ceremony.
Awesome.
And will you do the honors?
Yeah. Ding.
Go ahead. Say a few words. Were we just baptized into the Mormon Church? Oh,
You're honorary.
We're both Catholic. We can't do that, or we used to be Catholic.
And I'll sprinkle at it.
We're agnostic Buddhists. bad agnostic, Buddhist, Hindu, Jainist, meat eaters.
Hey, we're kind of like Buddhists, you know. Suffering is optional.
You know, my favorite class in university was world religions, and I'm not into religion at all.
Yeah.
But the professor who taught it was the son of a Baptist preacher, and of course, all those kids, they just go wild. They just like, if they don't become Baptist preachers, they go the opposite direction. So he became like a hippie in Tibet or Nepal or whatever. And then he said he took a smorgasbord approach to religion and just takes the bits and pieces he likes out of all of them. And that's what he uses in his life. You know, so it's
all comes back to love, right?
Yeah, Jesus isn't so much his co-pilot anymore. He's just kind of his bud. And Buddha's got some stuff, you know. It's like a good round table.
It was like Krishna, Buddha, and Jesus, like cruising down a road. I think it was like from behind. Pretty cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
There's one of my favorite books is called Living Buddha, Living Christ by Thich Nhat Hanh.
Ah, yeah. I know Thich Nhat Hanh, yeah. I used to listen to a lot of his stuff.
He's super cool. I went and saw him speak in San Diego.
Wow.
Oh my God. Is that what you were in San Diego for in December?
No, this is a while back.
Oh, okay.
But he said he's like when you're a kid, when you are just a little child, you wake up and say, "Hello, pillow," like, "Good night, moon." And then he's and then you become an adult, and then if you become enlightened, then when you wake up in the morning, you say, "Good morning, pillow." "Good night, moon." Then I was like, on the big old thing.
Oh.
It was awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was super cool. So so book wise, like, are we staying on the one thing? And I've got the site, and but I'm gonna find out. Actually, I'm gonna find out this week what I'm gonna do if I'm gonna proceed with this other guy. Could be cool. So what? Like,
how do we
commitment wise? Like, what are we doing?
Okay, we're gonna focus on
video creation
and ranking for the next week, and because we got this new tip from Bobby, I am not afraid to say, here you go. I am not afraid to aim high, because the real work is just sitting there, typing in the descriptions, doing the ranking, shooting videos. I could shoot 5 videos and rank for 50 keywords. So I'm going to say I am going to optimize and attempt to rank. I didn't rank for all the keywords I tried last week, but maybe they'll move up. I don't know. Attempt to rank or optimize. We'll just say optimize. I'm going to say 20, but I know it's going to be higher. It's probably going to be more like 50, but I'm going to commit to 20, me personally. And this is not a commitment because I'm depending on another person, but getting the Teespring NCAA tournament campaign launched, that is key. That is so important. If we get that done and only do a 5-day campaign, because the shipping and all that, the tournament starts around the 17th or 18th, we'll have the money before the end of the month. They pay like that. They've got a lot of big investors in Teespring. They've got shitload of cash.
Yeah,
it's such a great business. They've got major cash flow.
Yeah.
But yeah, the homeschooling thing, if I come up with a design for homeschooling, I want to run it by you if that's all right.
Yeah. I'm intrigued. Maybe we can do something together, because I'm intrigued by I've been interested in Teespring for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But homeschoolers, they're kind of nuts, right?
Yeah, totally. Now, so here's the thing. So you've got like unschoolers, then you've got like Waldorf, So you've got like all these different niches. So if you hit on a niche, you'll get sales. Waldorf.
Waldorf, like the salad with the apples and the nuts.
Yes.
Yeah, delicious.
I've never heard of so unschooling. I like that.
Yeah, unschooling. Yeah, it's cool.
But
for Pi Day, there's probably some way to tie it in that like there's totally like super nerdy math homeschoolers that would just love that. I'll think of how to. I'll try to think of like when you can speak someone's language from the inside, then that's when it's like they're like that's when something's funny, inside joke, like I'm gonna get that.
And that's when you want the T-shirt because it's like an inside joke.
Yes.
Yeah. They feel kind of special wearing it because nobody else.
Yeah, someone notices and it's like we're like in the club.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Is there a homeschooling handshake? Special secret?
You got touch each other's bums.
That's cool. Yeah.
Little
reach around.
Mine is also 20 videos optimized.
Cool.
Yeah. And minimum. What else? Is there anything else that you can think of that I should be doing?
Well, Jane should really give herself a break sometimes and not be so hard on herself and not be such a perfectionist. Oh my God. What else should Jane be doing? Love Tracey. Is that
okay?
On
love Tracey. I will love Tracey.
Yeah.
And I will love myself. And but the 20 videos optimizing will really be a breakthrough for me because if I can just get those 20 videos done before we meet again next Friday, I want to get them done way before because I want to do more than 20 actually. But I mean, it'll just because it takes me a while to start things and get really confident about them and then get into a groove. So these 20 will be quite pivotal for me, I think.
And the moment we launch a Teespring campaign for the basketball, I'll send you a link. But if you come up with any ideas and we use it and we're successful, we'll split the money with you, man. We'll if you can come up with some homeschooling ideas,
yeah, I'll think about it and I'll tell Janie. She's pretty clever.
Even if it's simple text only,
Yeah, those seem to go.
That's great.
Yeah.
Doesn't
have to be all flash.
Yeah. Waldorf says relax, like the Frankie says relax shirts. No. I don't even know what Waldorf is. What?
It's pretty awesome. So this guy was hired by the Waldorf family in Germany. This is
Germany.
like in like the early 1900s to set up a teaching, like a school for the children of the workers in, I think it was like a cigarette factory. I think it was a tobacco factory. But this guy, the guy who started it, is like, he's such a genius. And that's why they hired him. And so he's just set up this system. You'll see like so many, like the natural toys and everything, like it's Waldorf was like the alternative, like hippie, but it's like expensive, but it's pretty cool. Tons of like fairy tales involved and stuff like that. Yeah, it's awesome. Well, cool, you guys.
So what does that have to do with salad?
Maybe the salad was inspired by their alternative lifestyle.
Could be raisins and apples and nuts in it. That's
It is, but like the Waldorf Astoria, like that's the family, like it. So his name Waldorf because they funded it basically, but.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay, your commitment.
Mine is to send a wireframe video to this guy, the MySpace guy, and
What's
then a wireframe is like the most basic functionality. So there's an app where, like, for example, like for your guys, is if you were like, here's what I needed to do. So I just drew it on a whiteboard, and then there's an app where you take a picture of it, and then it turns it into like a touch screen. So it's like on your phone, and you can click on what you drew, and then it'll go to the next screen as if it were like a functioning app. It's pretty cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
a wireframe.
It's really quick and dirty. And then I want to just progress my real estate site.
Awesome. I have a comment for you.
Yes.
Behind you on your board, those yellow notes, they haven't changed. They're all the exact same notes.
You know, that's so funny that you say that. Yeah, because yeah, it hasn't. So you know, that is a perfect example of the game, why it works. Like, I made that because I made that commitment, and yeah, so I'll add that in there to integrate to use that as part of the process as I send a wireframe over to this guy, this programmer.
Don't do it for me, man.
I'm not. No, but I appreciate that. You know, it's funny, the accountability, because the posters in the video right now, and and like, people notice stuff, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing, the details we notice?
Yeah. There's one thing. Were you finished, Ashley?
Yeah.
There's one thing I wanted to add, and we talked about it last night, about I've been disengaged from Facebook for a while, like since Vegas. You know, since just right before I was packing to move to go to Vegas and then onward to Belize, I've just been disengaged. So I want to get re-engaged with social media. We're doing some training on Facebook right now.
Facebook advertising.
With Randy Schrum, and I just opened a LinkedIn account. So there's also training on LinkedIn. So I think by next week, if we can finish the Facebook training and the LinkedIn training, no, maybe not. Maybe just the
Let's
Facebook
do the
training.
Facebook training and
Facebook
implement
training.
it a little bit.
So yeah, so.
And I think we're going to go live with Profit Passion Meeting Facebook page, but a soft, like, sort of a soft launch. Not really tell anybody about it yet. But just go live so we can add. We're going to add content. We'll invite you. We'll invite you to like it, but that way you'll see updates. But we're not really gonna. I'm not going to go through my entire list and invite people, because we want to kind of get a handle on what we want to put on that site. Mm-hmm. That'll be a great site for us to advertise Teespring stuff when we actually have. How is that? When we actually have a campaign going on, like a
fundraising campaign.
Not a fundraising for the Jane and Tracey Fund, which is really one of my favorite funds.
Hey, it just means that we can give back more.
It's
the more
true.
we have, the more we can contribute.
And what I wanted to say before was that when we actually do a campaign for people on the island, I do intend to take a cut for us, as far as covering advertising and covering a little bit of our time, and that money is like seed money to do more. You know, it's like take 10 or 15% for us, give the rest to the people who are going to use it for whatever purpose and only for that purpose, and then have that money as seed money for future advertising, other campaigns. You know.
Awesome.
Yep, yes.
That's right. Sweet. Good deal, you guys. Okay, we know what to do.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
And we won't be such strangers. We passed messages back and forth, but they were like, there was like a day or 2 days between like you saying something and then us saying something. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, this is, it's cool. The key is things have lulls and super productive periods, but it's as long as it doesn't like come off track. Like as long as it like even if it slows to a creep and then it shoots forward, as long as it's on track and keeping momentum, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Awesome, you
Yes.
guys. All right. Sweet. Yeah, let's go do it.
Have a great day.
Okay.
And do you have another big commission coming to you?
So I'm working on one right now that's 500 acres.
Holy.
The guy who wants it is presenting it to his board. It should be so if they move forward on it, it should be like $30,000 commission.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I got a bunch of little ones. Yeah. Yeah, I'm having fun.
Yeah,
Awesome.
if you get that commission, I could use a new baseball hat.
I might have to come out and deliver it personally.
Somebody stole 2 pairs of my shorts off the line, I think.
That's jacked up.
So, yeah.
Awesome.
Maybe we can get some new ones. Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
See you guys soon.
Thank you, Ashley.